going to give you guys a quick demo of our system. For us, everything really starts with our website. It's about getting people online. We get about 200 people on our website every day, and it's about getting people excited about learning more about our recycled tile or things like that. And as a small business, I look to big companies to borrow ideas from them. So this was a little button I stole from HubSpot, which is a really wonderful internet marketing company. They sell a service that integrates with Salesforce, but I actually don't need to pay for that service because Salesforce really does that all for me. So right here, I can get to a nice landing page for an architect and designer, capture some information about them, and really start that process. All of that information immediately feeds into my Salesforce platform. So right away, I can get someone from my website into Salesforce, and through some automated workflow, send them a really nice personalized email that has pertinent information to the type of customer that they are. So whether they're a dealer and they're interested in reselling our product, or whether they're an architect or designer, I can speak specifically to that person. When I open up my Salesforce, we use Chatter. I look at a lot of things in Chatter. I measure all my products or my opportunities that are over $10,000. I follow those. I communicate with my team. I upload photos from Dreamforce. And I have a lot of fun doing that and just monitoring leads and monitoring accounting information for my companies. Of course, it's about leads. We use Salesforce to manage our leads. Like I said, that we now have a conveyor belt of leads. This is a lead that came in last week. Her name's Kathy. She's a showroom owner. And what's wonderful about Salesforce is just using some integrated Google Analytics stuff. I mean, this is all free on the platform. I can actually see that this person found us from NPR's website. So they actually listened to our story on NPR, found us on the NPR website, came to us from there, and filled out a web-to-lead form. That's really powerful information, because when I give Kathy a call, it's really nice to be able to say, hey, I heard you saw our story on NPR, and it really starts the conversation. We use some custom stuff. We've had some custom work done for us, so samples are a really big thing for us. Instead of just having an email and sending out a sample, we actually built a custom sample object. And from here, we can actually put some information in here, get an understanding of what they want, and then right from within here, we use an app exchange product called ExactShip to do UPS shipments. So from right within here, whereas before we had one person on one computer using UPS WorldShip, now anyone at my company who has a Salesforce license can do a UPS shipment right from here and get all the pricing information, all of that stuff right from within Salesforce. And what's great is UPS is a wonderful company. I love shipping with them. And they love when you use their shipment notifications, when you put in your customer's email address right into the UPS system, and then they get an email saying, hey, we're a wonderful company that's UPS. We're going to deliver this wonderful package to you. But within Salesforce, just doing a little bit of custom workflow, I can actually create a really nice button and templated email that I can send to this customer with their shipping information, with their tracking. Click here to track your shipment. And this is Fireclay branded. I mean, this is, we sell to tile showrooms. And in these tile showrooms, they might sell anywhere from 10 to 100 different types of tile products. But when that customer gets this type of shipment notification from Fireclay, it gives them a lot of confidence in using our products and our customer service.
I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
That last example you ran through, how does that compare to the customer service that you had when you first got to the company? What would happen if someone was wondering where their order was?
Well, if we had made their order, that would have been great. And they would have called us, and then we would have started to recite a 16-digit tracking number. And I don't know if you guys have to recite a 16-digit UPS number ever, but it just does not work. It was also, it was on one computer. So if that person was like on the computer, someone else would have to go over to that computer and say, can you move out of the way? I need to find the shipment. So it was a disaster. But now, if I pick up the phone, I can actually tell that person, what's going on with their shipment. And that's awesome.
That's a great example. Love it.
Opportunities for us are really important. We track everything in our opportunities. So everything about project notes, what's going on, some really cool stuff. We have a complicated business. We have 250 different colors that you can use for your tile. We have about 1,000 different products. When you combine all of those things, you get a ton of SKUs. Within Salesforce, doing some customization work, we're able to get all of our products in here, different pricing tiers, all of that stuff, and all of it is very consistent. So within this opportunity, we can get the right order for that customer. We can actually, right from here, print an order confirmation, even email an order confirmation, and we electronically send this order right to our factory. We call them clay cards, and we can just, it's not going to do it right now, but we can actually just push this send clay card, and what that does is actually electronically delivers a notification to Myra, who manages our factory, that there's a new order, she prints it out, and then we can take that around the factory. We track all of our orders at our factory right through here. So at any one time, we can just go in here, really understand exactly what's going on with that order, whether that order's been in production, whether it's unloading from our kiln, whether it's being glazed. And what's really wonderful is all that information gets exposed to the opportunity. So from right here, if this person from Sukasa calls and says, what's going on with my order, we can actually say, not only is it in production, but it's in line for glazing, and it's going to be ready on time. And we can say that right away. Before, that would take about 10 minutes to call the factory and figure out what's going on and do they even have the order. Of course, we use dashboards. I love dashboards because as a business owner, these guys attest to it. Just being able to create some custom dashboards that really tell me a lot about my business says a lot. So I do things around tracking sales, of course. I expose our sales information to all of my team and give them targets for the month and show them the progress that we're making. I look at our factory and I say, how are we doing in terms of getting orders out on time? I mean, this is really basic, but I can actually see that 84% of the orders this month are getting out on time, whereas over the last 4 months, 65% were getting out on time. Now, I also know that September was insane, and we had double the number of orders that we've had in the last 3 years, so we were a little crunched of capacity. But, last year when we started first measuring this, we were getting orders out on time 48% of the time. So being able to show this type of information to our factory is really tremendous. Of course, we track things like leads and all that. But again, I mean, a key point here is that I'm not a software guy. I'm not a technology guy. No one at my company is. But this stuff makes it really easy for me to monitor my business in a really easy manner. And then, what's really great is that we do a lot of follow-up. We use Salesforce for our marketing, so we integrate a third-party application called Vertical Response. I call myself a marketing department of 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And during those hours, I can actually create an email campaign and send it out. The best thing for me as a business owner is just to actually send it out. I mean, everyone here is talking about lead nurturing and drip marketing and all this stuff, and I just get stoked when I actually send an email out. And I use Vertical Response to segment my customers. I send emails to our dealers once a month to give them pertinent sales information. I send it to our entire email list. So I think I mentioned at the beginning we had 90 email addresses. Today we have over 5,500, and that's just in a year and a half of actually rigorously tracking emails and getting emails in our system. So using Vertical Response, I can send a really nice kind of branded emails out and track that. I can track click-throughs and all that kind of information and see how my emails are doing. This is just a brief glimpse into the type of system that we have and how powerful Salesforce has been for a small tile manufacturer. But for me as a business owner, it's really been transformative, and it's allowed our company to progress in ways that frankly, I never thought would be possible.